Hello, United Rogue Overwatch. Welcome back. This is the three out of the games today. We're gonna have a fourth one later today. I am cool. I'm joined by Rico for this Emerald game. How are we doing today?
We're just coming off a win here, Lou versus Dow. I apologize to anyone who had to watch me play DPS, but yeah, we're here to cast another game. We have so many games going on consecutively. That's why we're here on the Andrew Ninja's Twitch channel. He won't self-promo, so I'll do it for him. Everyone, drop a like, drop a follow, subscribe. Find him on YouTube, Twitch, Spotify, you name it. He's here.
That I can agree with. I am excited for this match because, unironically, I haven't seen LVT play a lot of games this season, and I think they deserve to play some games. So, I'm definitely excited to see that. I'm glad they got to get this game scheduled.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's been some scheduling issues with them, and ironically enough, I don't think most of the time it's their avail. I think they've had some pretty decent avail. I don't know, everyone's just trying to duck the dinos, I guess. I'm not sure.
No, what is this? The second game they've actually gotten to get to play. So week 5, 2 games now. So here we go. Definitely excited for this though. Montreal also putting up a great fight recently. I think they've improved a bit actually since they first started in the beginning of the season. So definitely excited to see some double dill action. If this is the roster, I'm excited to see this. Both dills are playing DPS here, so
This looks like cinema, if you ask me. Double dill on DPS. We triple D right here tonight. United Rogue Overwatch, ladies and gentlemen. It's happening. And we're gonna have to give a big shout out to Skyline. Tonight's actually, I don't want to say ringer of the night because I don't know if there's any ringers in any of the other games that's happening, but right now Skyline Evo in position to be ringer of the night.
Peru. I am excited to see how they perform here. I believe Skyline is in that special little thing that Marked Up and Cake have made, right? The little the FA team.
Ah, yes, the Fresno free agents. I have not touched base with them in a while, but I did offer support mods at the request of anyone who wants them. But yeah, I do believe Skyline is in that server. They to those of you in the viewers who might be watching at home, if you're a free agent, you're looking to get games in, scrims, reach out to Cake or Marked Up. They're sort of headlining for the free agents right now that we have in United Rogue.
Yes. So anyway, into the game, here we are, right? Montreal did win the coin toss, so they opted for the map pick. I believe they picked Ilios here, so excited to see some Ilios gameplay. And we actually do have both bans in as well. So we have LVT, I believe they were banning Genji. Am I correct on that one? Yeah, Genji.
Genji is the ban.
I'm curious about that ban. Is that targeted towards anyone, you think, or do you think they're just trying to protect their Junkrat?
I think Dill number 1 does like to play some Genji, if I'm not mistaken. We've seen Dill take the Cyborg Ninja for a ride, so I think that might just be a target ban at one of the double threats, one of the Dills.
Fair enough. And we do have our second ban in. It is a Mercy ban. That's got to be targeted towards Crystal.
Funnily enough, I mean maybe I'm gonna leak some insider information here, chat. That maybe MTL is not privy to. Crystal can definitely play other heroes than Mercy. I might in fact say she has better heroes than Mercy. I think maybe you might have wanted to save the Mercy ban for if Sakura makes an appearance. Not that Sakura doesn't have other heroes in their pool, but I think I think she really does enjoy the Mercy pick. So I think that target ban might be wasted here.
I think I could agree with that. I think we've seen Crystal Bird pull out a lot of like different heroes here. Juno, Kiri, I believe. So definitely excited to see some of that. I'm hoping to see some speed comps here. I love Ilio's speed. I don't know if I caught the last LVT game. But did they throw Janitor on support previously? Or is this a new tactic that they're trying?
Honestly, it's been so long since I got to watch LVT play. I don't remember what they ran. But I will say Janitor has been flexing over to the support. I don't even want to say flexing because it might be their main role, but I know if you are a I don't want to lock that in, but
if you're a veteran that you are, you know Janitor has been tank mainly. And
I was gonna say they have transitioned, I believe, to support. At least for this season, yeah. They have not been playing much tank. I think that's been left in the hands of Storm.
Looks like we are opting for that Juno Kiri comp that we were kind of hoping to see there.
Now hold on. Let's ignore the supports for a second. They've been getting some love. We are on a Roadhog mirror on Ilios Well, ladies and gentlemen. We have a tree here, and with that, Storm lands the first hook and a pick on the Dill with the follow-up from Buns.
You're right. I did not even catch that. I have not seen a hog mirror on Well in quite a bit, actually.
And both teams now poking, even though LVT is up one. Booger burns hook. Oh, and now Storm misses his hook, and now the poke continues on point. It looks like Montreal has sort of bunkered with the Zen on the mini, but Quasar doesn't care. He plops just in the middle of 3 people, and he mows 2 down.
I gotta say, I really like this like full kind of brawl kind of composition that LVT has kind of gone with here. The Bastion and the Junkrat are just gonna melt any tank that comes into play.
Yeah, Booger really has to watch what angles he commits to. As I say that, he hooks Storm in.
Crazy hook on Storm here.
He's able to get Juno Ring and walk back. We have Dill number 2 on the flank, chasing Quasar. Oh, but Crystal gets the pick. The opening pick of the fight. And Buns commits tire from behind for 2.
Fantastic tire from Buns there.
And it's just clear.
Gotta say, I'm unironically surprised that Storm has been able to survive in this environment here. Multiple times have gotten hooked and stayed around the corner for quite a while and just able to outlast. Might be looking at some swaps here from Montreal.
You see,
it's like they did swap to the Pharah here.
Yeah, we do see the Pharah come into play, and it looks like ults here still probably more stacked than the side of LVT here. And Skyline finds himself on point. Oh, able to stay sturdy. Guna helps, pops tree, and now Storm is goated in this fight in a room with 3 people against tree, but Buns and Quasar finding 2 anyways.
Montreal just falls over every time. That's unfortunate. And this point does go to Las Vegas.
Yeah, no touch is gonna come out here. And I'm not sure. I think if you're Montreal, you want to look to maybe make some swaps sooner. After you didn't get that first look, that you wanted on the first fight, I think maybe committing to the rock, paper, scissors bit and looking for some counter swaps may have paid dividends.
Booger swapping to the Rhine, known as a Rhine player here in Emerald. So
absolutely. If there's one thing that I will stand, I am an LVT enjoyer, but if there's one thing I will stand, it is 100% Booger Bear on Reinhardt. Is it the most conventional? Is it the most optimal? No, almost never.
Is it not a right mirror here?
A show? Absolutely.
Now that is going to be quite difficult going into that Bastion Junkrat.
I will say the sanctity of the duel is a little sullied by the Bastion Junkrat picks. And Quaza finds an opening pick on a Dill. But other Dill responds back and finds Buns. And Booger charges in. He gets antied, but the Weaver able to pull him out. And both teams vying to poke now. Each down. Booger falling low. Pins anyways. Looking to fight a healthy Storm. And Quaza's just looking to push up and poke. He does not want this Ryan to get any sort of health care. And Booger just charges in on cooldown. He gets purpled. And Skyline not able to Suzu in time. And now the pick's coming out in favor of LVT.
LVT just has a lot more burst damage and upkeep here when it comes to their backline. It's really helping that Ryan 1v1 here.
Oh, and Storm takes Guna's pedal. Oh, hop drop,
drops off the high ground immediately.
He didn't like the look he got. He didn't like the look he got. Oh, but a huge sleep out of Crystal, able to catch Dildo on the flank. And now MTL just sort of stuck, waiting for the respawns to come back. Now they look to mount this push.
Just consistently, just like taking so much poke damage and falling low and having to fall back again.
Yeah, and they're walking into some pretty big ults here, and the only one with ults on the side of Montreal is Guna. They just have a tree.
Looking for a big slam here.
I don't even think they need it at this point. It's just cleanup. They haven't really mounted a organized push through the choke. They're sort of just filtering in. No ults need to be committed.
Might want to change up the strategy. Maybe go like side here instead of straight pushing through main.
I don't think they have the ults to do it now. This could just be a huge ult dump from
Fire
LVT.
comes out
And gets one. And that's pretty much
all you really need. Yep. And that's going to be game for Las Vegas here.
A very one-sided showing on map number 1 in favor of LVT.
Big Reinhardt Gaming.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much to say. It just looked a little.
I don't really know what to say.
Yeah.
It's just a very one-sided match there.
Yeah, I know the poke can be very oppressive, or just even the raw burst damage that you kind of have to deal with as a tank against Bastion Junkrat, but MTL not able to get any traction, not able to really take any space. And now this begs the question.
Subbing out Janitor here.
Oh, swaps. We love to see them. We love everyone getting some playtime out here. But this does beg the question. What bans are we going to see? There is a lot I feel missing from the side of MTL, but maybe we could remedy some of that with some well-placed target bans.
I mean, looking at what just happened there, I think you might just want to run like a King's Row and ban the Bastion and just hope you have a better sustain at that point.
Maybe. I think, unfortunately for MTL, I mean, you have to choose the lesser of two evils, right? On one hand, you have Quaza and Bastion, and on the other is Buns and Junkrat. Now we've seen Booger play a slew of tanks across his time here at UR. Do we have a pocket Zarya pick? Do we have a Diva pick that he feels comfortable enough to bring to the table? That might also help.
I mean, you just got to take into account they're also playing on their back foot here, right? Like they have this sub person. Like, and don't get me wrong, I think Skyline is doing fine out there. It's just it, they don't have that synergy that they probably are used to having.
That is also true. And it looks like no map pick coming out yet. To read chat, just Skyline wanting to duck. MTLLX for no roster changes. But we do have a map. They are taking it to Esperanza.
Interesting choice here. I don't know if this really favors Montreal here. And they do ban the Bastion.
I
was just putting out a lot of damage.
It's hard to say. I'm not sure. I guess we have to wonder what their goal is. I think maybe if they're looking for a little bit more of an open map, this might be it. It's not super choke heavy. Yes, there's some parts where the bot pushes that do become a little choke heavy, but I mean, when you fight in mid, both sides have high ground. They have the bridges. It's a big lane. You could opt to fight left or right. You have some more options.
Yeah, I did forget. Booker can bring out the ball here. That's probably what they were trying to run with.
I was gonna say there is
ban on Las Vegas there.
There is room for a ball, but yeah, he got banned. So I'm not sure what MTL will cook up here. But Asura declaring the Moth games will begin, so it looks like we are going to see that Mercy come into play now after the ban has been taken.
Yeah, ban has already been taken, so there's nothing stopping them.
Skyline Evo rising to the challenge, though, says want to bet. Not going to give Sakura her rule of the roost here. Going to contest this Moth meta. Meta in very large quotation marks, chat. Oh, we let it cook. Chat, you can't see it, but we are all entering the game. Oh, never mind. Andrew's throwing. Chat saw it. One more time. Maybe we'll all be able to enter the lobby.
And we are in match. Here we are.
Initiating match.
Okay, and now that we're in, I want to see what Montreal cooks up here.
I am curious as well. I think, I mean, knowing Esperanza, like, I don't know if it's in the hero pool, but, Sigma is, like, really good on this map. And we are opting for that Reinhardt.
Yeah, the Ryan... Interesting. We know it's a comfort pick, but I do think he might struggle against this LVT comp. Even if it's not the Bastion Junkrat, just having to walk against the Junkrat, Soj is going to be farming rail off you the entire time. Queen, if Storm is playing at his tempo, is honestly not a fun fight as Ryan, especially with all the other factors at play.
Definitely not. Having that Mercy Pocket Soj as well, just gonna put a lot of damage out. I gotta say, I have noticed the Storm JQ pick quite often this season, and gotta say it has been cooking. Excited to see it. Definitely a bit different than what we were used to yet again. A lot of changes this season coming out of a lot of players. So definitely excited to see that.
members here on MTL falling dangerously low. Booger pins in despite being very low himself. Quasza finds Guna, and now it's up to the rest of Montreal to get out. But Dill number 2 contesting point, just sort of being a thorn in their side for a second, finally gets stagger killed.
Quite a bit of contest though there. Not giving Las Vegas a lot of push here.
Enough for Ryan to get back. But Skyline goes down. Dill trades out Sakura though. This could potentially be good if MTL plays it right. Oh, but Dill gets picked.
And Booger just staggers here.
Yeah, Crystal just pumping heals in the Storm, and Storm's just running the Ryan down. But Guna looking for the 1v1 against Quasza. Falls. Honestly, I was rooting for the Lucio. It looked okay there for a second. And now
I do have to say I love Lucio on Esperanza. I think it's a great choice.
Skyline gets Quasza to even up the fight. And Booger Bear able to just use the rush to steamroll Storm.
Montreal just doesn't have that same sustain. But they did get an early pick, and that did allow them to push forward here.
I was gonna say the aggression with the use of the rush really playing into their favor. I like that look.
That's the kind of speed you want to see with a Ryan comp.
Very much so. I hope they keep this momentum moving forward. I think that's their first fight win this series, so big ups.
Can engage with a shatter or a beat here. I think it'd do them solid.
Yeah, and ult economy is looking relatively fair. We're just down the rush on the size of MTL.
Whiff on the pulse bomb there.
And Booger's going in for a big pin. And solo shatters Quasza. But the blade coming out. And Mercy able to kill Dill and then res Quasza.
That is a lot of investment from Montreal, but it does get them that halfway spawn.
Not only the spawn, but technically the lead. And the picks are still flopping back and forth. Guna drops the beat to sort of eke out this lead just a little bit more.
Pushing.
But they have to get out or die. Oh, the healers are back though. They're down a tank, but they should be able to kite this if they play it right. And Queen solo ults Skyline.
Theory.
Was not able to Suzu or TP. They used Suzu as soon as they came back. I don't think it was off cooldown.
That is unfortunate. Interesting way to capitalize on that JQ ult there, but might want that back for this next fight.
Yeah, of course. MTL used pretty much everything for that cap too, so they're walking into a Mercy boosted Soj ult here. They're able to get a recontest in before cap. And Buns dropping Dill number 2.
Look, you're falling low again.
Yeah, he's just constantly taking poke.
And Las Vegas takes the lead again.
Fighting for his life gets picked. And Buns finds Dill. And he finds Dill number 2. Make it a double. Make it a combo. Can we get a fry with that, please?
Dill combo gotta not taste super great here.
Yeah, I think their timing is off.
I think they're just engaging at separate times here. I think they need to calm that speed engage.
And the ults coming out from both sides here. We see a rush on MTL and Quasza popping the Soj ult. Finds Skyline. Booger Bear's in. Pins Storm.
In on the JQ.
He's able to get him
JQ.
pure attrition. Oh, please bless Guna for the little bit of Lucio heals that you were getting. Oh, do they know? Booger knows the junk is there. Looking to poke him out. Buns might get staggered here. And he's dodging, dipping, ducking for his life, but he ultimately falls to the Rhine. some keen ears there, or did he see him? I'm not sure, but a
I
big
could not
stagger
tell.
pick. As now,
Montreal takes forward once again.
Quaza able to get an early pick onto Guna.
Big
Oh.
slam.
But a big slam onto Sakura, and it evens up the fight. Oh, and
Taking
Trade's going
low.
out. They're still even. The pin going into the back line, and Buns is dropping a tire. But Booger Bear fire strikes it. This man, when he wants to be, is an absolute menace.
That looks like an absolute accident there. Just unfortunate timing for for the OG Buds tire there.
No, we're gonna say it was intentional.
Yeah,
I may be casting this game
I
in
believe
third
it.
person,
It's
but it was
canonical now.
intentional.
It's canonical.
Enemy forward spawn room deactivated.
You're looking at Blade engage from Montreal here.
MTL's
But it is
down
going to be a
one.
dry Blade here.
As the Tracer got far spawn, but Booger doesn't care. He just pins in on cooldown. This guy is an absolute menace. I love to see it when Booger's motivated. And Dill poking out Quaza on that Ash, but he does have the Mercy pocket and he's able to secure the kill.
JQ kind of off on the side here alone a little bit. Could get the pick. She backs out.
Booger Bear not sure what to do against Quaz on this off angle. Dill contesting it, but Sakura's there with the care, and he does fall. Booger's looking to get inspirational with these pins again. And a
Big
Ray
beat.
comes out, but immediately beaten by Guna, who's getting poked down. Focus with the Juno Ray.
And Montreal just has to back out again.
And an early rush from Skyline. Unfortunately, it hit the I don't even know, the wall. It does not extend past it. But Booger Bear with another pin on a Buns. It might not be an MTL led map, but God, is it not entertaining. And Sakura able to get the kill and the res.
There's a lot going on here right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
huge
a
fire
lot
shot.
of picks. OG Buds takes 2 and tires.
And finds
Takes
one.
third. Booger taken down. This could be full cap here.
They have a Tracer with a big pulse onto the Queen.
Big full spawn.
Can they stop the
He's just
res?
gonna get res.
No, they can't. And Buns finds Dill. But the respawns
Booger's back
come
with
out.
a big pin.
A vicious pin. The man is wild. But the Queen ult able to hit, what, 3?
Fantastic Queen ult there. And Montreal just falls low. Tracer might get the touch here. No, that's gonna be full cap for Las Vegas, taking it 2-0 right now.
That is 2-0 in the favor of LVT. We did see some life out of them, though, on this map.
Of the game.
It's gonna be Buns with the 3K here, I believe.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that play was. Buns definitely had some better plays. There were definitely other plays. I think the review system is bugged. But
Well, I mean, it's a small indie company. You can't really expect much from them. Now, if you're Montreal here, what can we switch up? What can we change? Something is going wrong.
well, Dill trying to play tank despite not having a rank in the role. It has been vetoed. But I think, honestly, there's a slew of things they could fix. But I think in long term for MTL's mental health, I think Dill Squared needs to get on the same page. These engages are just not happening at the same time. You have one Dill going in way before the other does, getting picked, and then there's follow-up pressure from the Genji or from whichever Dill did not die. Even target focus aside, they just need to be doing things at the same time. And with that, as electrifying as the Booger Bear Rhine is, I think some of these picks make Rhine really hard, but he's also not doing anything for his support's mental health. There is some times when I know he has barrier health and he needs to be shielding, but there is a hammer out and about and it is swinging. And sometimes it's what you want, but when you have Kiri Lucio heals, there's just kind of times when you have to hard
Especially when
field.
Kiri is not the person that you're used to calming with. Especially. I do gotta say I like the Dill swap in for Guna here. We've seen Dill cook on the Zen. I'm manifesting it now. Dill Zen on King's Row.
I'm for it. I think it could cook. I think we've seen a little action out of Guna on DPS. I think this is a stunt MTL has pulled before. Oh wait, this just in. We have cardiac.
Yeah, they do
redneck
ban
in
the Zen.
Your chat is so dead, even ghosts are leaving. Time to resurrect it with installbot.com. Andrew, monitor your chat, please. What's going on down there?
Oh, we got another bot. Bowser RL. Ah,
That's an insta ban.
I'm for another ban. Yeah, insta ban. And LVT just not wanting to see that Dill Zen. So they swap in Dill for the support and they immediately ban the Zen.
Yeah, that's gotta hurt.
It's valid. It's valid. It's a good play.
It is
but I was
valid.
definitely excited to see that Zen gameplay.
King's Row.
No, I mean for sure.
Initiating.
And now you wonder if you're gonna get any bang for your buck here with this swap. I mean, there are other supports that can be a little more aggressive, but no true glass cannon like the Zenyatta.
And we're Juno Kiri. This is a much more stable backline than we've seen Montreal been running in the previous games.
Oh, we see an Ana hover here.
And we have OG Buns on the Hanzo. I'm, for one, excited to see it.
Yeah, we've seen the Hanzo come out of him before when the Junkrat ban is in effect. I think Junkrat truly is his one true love.
5, 4,
We've seen some Hanzo plays, I think, out of Buns, but I don't think it feeds families as much as the Junkrat. But of course, again, on one hand you have the Junkrat, on the other you have the Bastion, and Quas's Bastion is in full effect.
You see Montreal taking this this side route here, which is pretty standard gameplay for King's Row here, capitalizing on the fact that Las Vegas did not take that high ground positioning.
They're hesitating though. They're sort of caught up. I don't know if Booger knows how to make the jump on Ryan. So they took the high ground to drop and give it back up.
Back immediately, and as I said that, we charged straight back into the 5v1.
Yeah, definitely some questionable decisions, and Guna left on the flank alone. Well, I shouldn't say alone. Dill is up to some shenanigans. Skating out, though. Clean rollout. I'll give you credit
That
where
was a
credit.
clean rollout. Yeah.
Dude, Dill, that was clean. Of course, it doesn't get you any point progress. And Quasma wants to poke out this Tracer. He's going to look for him, but Dill's already wrapping around and finds Buns low, but getting healed by the Juno. And Quasma finds Dill. Both Rhines slugging it out, and the healthcare in favor of Storm. But Guna able to pick Quasma, and if she's able to stabilize there, they might not be able to get this res. But forced to drop, and the res comes out.
Unfortunate on the side of Montreal there. Still
In the
taking the questionable 1v1 with the Bastion in turret form there.
And Skyline gets picked early by the damage boosted Hanzo. And Bun's finding another, but Guna trades and gets Quasma. And this time everyone's on high ground. Booger able to counterpin, falling dangerously low.
Able to survive here, surprisingly.
And a
Big
big
slam!
Oh, and the follow-up dragon to split them.
We have the Mercy and Valve pistoling. Putting in some crazy work there.
But Janitor falling. The res does come out, and Quasma finds Dill number 2. But now, Booger coming up on his own shatter. You're hoping for a big slam here.
I think if you're Montreal here, although you have a minute left here, I think you swap off a couple of those DPS and just go for here, like, melts the enemy team here.
And
Fantastic
as you say
play
that,
there.
they do. They melt the Rhine. Quasma gets shattered, but no follow-up. Skyline committing to finding Quasma, but no one was following up with him. He dies. And the Bastion ult comes out. Booger pushing up.
Anyone. Booger taking that space.
But his healer's coming back from spawn. Oh no. They needed to stabilize there.
It's gonna be a really hard contest there for Montreal.
Yeah, with no ults on the board. Maybe Skyline is your one hope. Maybe he builds up a rush in this OT fight.
You have a good
Oh,
TP play.
and Booger with a big pin from
spin.
behind. But it gets melted by Bastion instantly.
You're gonna want to look out for this res here coming out of Mercy. And Montreal Las Vegas holds the points, alright.
And Quasma is honestly just carrying on this Bastion. I mean, he's uncontested, he has a damage boost, he's just turret forming in the open for free. Letting Booger pin pass. He's content. He's content to shoot him in the back or shoot his back line while Booger is up to his shenanigans.
It's not looking too good here for Montreal. However, all is not lost. They did cap 2 points, so with a full hold, the dream can still live on.
Ready for battle.
Las Vegas with the exact same team comp here. If it isn't broke, why fix it?
True. We do have Dill on Ana. And now, while this will be a monumental hold, I think the Ana opens up some range healing for Booger, barring that he stays in LOS. Anti-nades could be big, and we have Dill number 2 off Tracer, which might be for the best, as they tend to int a little too hard. Maybe being on this point-and-click hero with some range will stop them from doing so. As I say that, positioned kind of alone, top left there. Not bad for getting some poke out, but falling dangerously low. and content to not grab the mini or slide down from high ground. And Buns finds him. Yeah, it was only a matter of time. And Booger looking for a cheeky pin, but refuses to acknowledge that Quaza is playing Bastion.
And that's going to be point flip for Las Vegas here. And I think this is just going to be a clean 3-0 here from Las Vegas.
Yep, that is a 3-in, 3-out, 20-minute adventure, ladies and gentlemen. And that is all she wrote. That is tonight's tale of the tape between LVT and Montreal.
LVT fans are eating good tonight.
Play of the game.
That is true. We are looking really good. For only having played what, one actual game so far this season.
Very clean games from LVT there. Clean 3-0. Finally get to actually play some games here. So I'm sure they're happy.
Timeout. Before we do the send-off, I see some shenanigans in chat, and I just need it stated that Ghostface, you throw JD's Rocket League games. That is all.
I think that's a good message to send it off on.
Okay, well then you heard it here. That's it, folks. Ghostface throws Rocket League games, and yeah, thanks for joining us here on, well, at Andrew Ninja's Twitch page, but for UR Overwatch.
Make sure to go check out the official UR Overwatch stream happening right now.